Yo, so today we're reacting to dumb TikTok trends that got people unalived. So let's just jump right in.
Now, this first one isn't necessarily a trend, but it did inspire a lot of. Now, it all started when a girl named Tessia Brown posted a video on TikTok when, after she ran out of hairspray, she used Gorilla Glue spray into her hair. Now, for those not aware, Gorilla Glue is something you don't put in your hair because it's glue. So her hair became stuck to her scalp and unmovable. Her video got over 50 million views and everyone was hooked to her story. She became the biggest laughingstock
Yo, this right here looks crazy, bro.
all over social media, having SNL mention her in a skit and even Nicki Minaj mentioning her in a song. But at the same time, people were sympathetic and actually raising thousands of dollars.
Okay, sympathetic, bro. Let's be real for a second, right? You gotta have 2 active brain cells to put Gorilla Glue on your hair. I would not be sympathetic to that. I'm just saying.
For her on GoFundMe. She did go to the hospital to try to get the product removed from her hair, but it's not that simple. The nurses would try nail polish remover to get it off of her scalp, but it was no use. Now, eventually, a plastic surgeon did a hair surgery for her that usually would cost 12 grand, but did it for free because he felt bad for her. And again, this wasn't necessarily a trend, but it did inspire a lot of bullshit. Now, when the story went viral, a man from Louisiana thought that Tessia was lying entirely and tried it out for himself. But instead of putting Gorilla Glue on his hair, he put it on his lips, which is 1,000 times worse. And he had to—
Okay, wait a second. I mean, I'll do a lot of dumb stuff to go viral, right? But this is some next level dumb stuff, cause, and by the way, this is a grown-ass man putting Gorilla Glue on his lips.
Go through this extremely painful procedure to get it removed. I don't know why he did it or why he thought she was lying, but he did. Another girl was jealous of the attention that Tessia got and decided to put Gorilla Glue in her hair as well. And just like how it was with Tessia, it also got stuck on her fucking scalp. She claimed that this was an accident, but it was very obviously a clout chase move. And at this point, hospitals just straight up an accident, but
she didn't just put it on her hair. I mean, where's her eyebrows, bro? She don't have eyebrows.
But it was very obviously a clout chase move. And at this point, hospitals just straight up denied her because this was getting ridiculous. Like, one time is understandable, second time is wild, but a third time, come the fuck on now. But a trend that unfortunately did get super popular was the teeth filing trend, where people would use a nail file to grind down their—
Wait, can you not get infection from this? I'm pretty sure you get infection, and your teeth are gonna be like hella sensitive to food and drinks and shit, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Teeth. This was apparently to help fix certain ridges and overall just make your teeth look better. And it possibly also helped them be whiter. And it was also because it was cheaper than a dentist. And while this does sort of make them a little bit more aesthetic, it causes a lot more issues. It makes your teeth a lot more sensitive to hot or cold foods.
Yeah.
It can alter your bite formation. You can get tooth decay or infection. And it also can cause extreme bleeding.
I told you, you can get infection. That's actually crazy.
And that's on top of possibly horrendously deforming your teeth. Teeth don't grow the same way that nails or hair do. So if you mess up your teeth, they don't just magically regrow. But believe me, soon enough, some of the people doing this trend did regret it.
Looking at it just is painful.
It was not painful when I did it, but as the days went on and I would drink cold drinks or ice cream, I felt a lot of sensitivity in my teeth.
So at least a lesson was learned. But this trend honestly looks intelligent compared to the DIY vampire fangs challenge. This kind of feels like a combination of the last 2 trends because people would super glue fangs on—
This is some freaky shit, bro. And who's watching this? Who's watching this kind of content, bro?
Onto their teeth. Some
freaks.
people would use other types of glue like nail glue, but regardless, equally dumb. And assuming you learned from the last trend, I don't think I need to tell you why this is
I got ice in my
stupid. This oddly enough did go viral around the exact same time as a teeth filing trend because people don't learn, and 2020 was such a weird time. But hilariously enough though, what actually went a lot—
It doesn't even look good though, so I don't get why people do it.
more viral was the videos of them trying to take the fangs out after super gluing them in.
There's no way she's trying to just pull them out, bro. You super glued them.
Well, fuck. Okay. Okay, oh my god.
But there also were a lot of stupid TikTok beauty hack trends that weren't just bad for your teeth. One of the dumbest by far was the erection cream trend, where beauty influencers would put erection cream on their lips to make them more plumpy. Now this all stems from a scene in the movie A Nice Girl Like You where one of the characters does this exact same thing and they get very big plumpy lips. Now a popular TikToker did try it out for himself and found out that it does indeed work because, well, it does. But also found out that it burns pretty fucking badly. The thing is, any dermatologist will tell you that erection cream does not belong here. That type of product is made for areas with pretty thick skin, and your lips do not have thick skin on them. The swelling is a result of irritation, which is why that product is made for certain areas. Because putting erection cream on your lips can cause heart problems, heart palpitations, headaches, drops in blood pressure, and other stuff too.
I mean, okay, do people just nowadays not look up stuff like before they do them? Because now you can just Google it or use ChatGPT now, right? They just see people do something and they're like, oh, they did it, so now I'm gonna do it.
And that's because it's made to be applied on an area that has a lot of blood pumping, hence why it goes on, you know, that certain area. But at least these beauty trends never caused anyone to go to the hospital, unlike the dry scoop challenge. This was a trend where people would just ingest a scoop of pre-work powder with no water or anything. And in case you guys don't know, pre-workout is basically an energy powder that is packed with caffeine that is made to take before you work out at the gym. And the way you're supposed to consume it is by pouring the powder into a glass of water, mixing it up, and then drinking it. And this trend probably seems familiar because it's heavily inspired by the cinnamon challenge that was super viral back in the early 2010s. This was when people would try to eat dry scoops of cinnamon powder without coughing. Almost no one was successful doing it, and the horrible failures made some pretty hilarious videos. That trend is not very safe either, but it's nothing compared to this one. These pre-workouts are not designed to raw dog. You should not be ingesting them like that. And doing this can cause heart issues, lung issues, seizures, and death.
Okay, now this has to be some BS. I don't believe this one. Let's say you take one scoop and without water, you just dry scoop it, right? You get the same amount of caffeine and all of the other stuff that is in it. I don't know what is in it, but if you mix it with water, you get the same amount. And the things he's like listing right here, seizure, heart issues, and all that, you can get it from mixing it with water too. You can get it even from energy drinks. So I don't know. I think this is some BS.
Now, OF influencer Brittany Portillo did this exact trend and had to go to the hospital right after, because when doing the trend, she had a heart attack.
Alright guys, so I had a heart attack, as most of you guys know, from taking this Redcon 1 Total War, and I dry scooped it, but I think even if I put it in water, I would have been asked out anyways.
She did make a full recovery, thankfully, but this was one of the few recorded cases.
If you're dry scooping it or mixing it, some people just can't take certain stuff, right? You can't drink or eat certain stuff
Of this challenge. Again, you're not supposed to be ingesting those types of chemicals like that. But when it comes to food challenges though, I think nothing really tops the cake with the NyQuil chicken challenge. This is easily one of the worst trends on TikTok because of just how ridiculous it is. Also known as the sleepy chicken challenge, it was a trend where people would basically cook chicken.
Wait,
and
that's not chicken, is it? This is not chicken. There's no way. This might be some American chicken or something. Is this how chicken in America looks like? That's not what it looks like where I live, bro. There's no way this is chicken.
NyQuil cough medicine. The appeal with this is that you were killing two birds with one stone because you were getting your medication in while also eating some good protein. And if this trend sounds so stupid that it sounds like a joke, well, that's actually how it started. Back in 2017, a Twitter user posted...
This looks like poop, bruh. Doesn't look like chicken.
A picture of some chicken being cooked in cough medicine with the caption, "If she makes you NyQuil chicken, don't let her go." And obviously this was meant to be a joke because who the flying fuck would make that for their significant other? But somehow, some way, it resurfaced years later on TikTok and people took it seriously. I mean, for one, dangers aside, this just tastes fucking nasty. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever tried NyQuil before, but it tastes like dog doo-doo. And health-wise, this does the opposite for you too. For one, a lot of people who did this recipe don't really know the exact measurement, so they end up actually putting way too much cough medicine in there and technically overdosing. And if you guys have watched any drug program, then you know that's not safe. That could cause dizziness, hallucinations, liver problems, and seizures. But the danger isn't actually from eating it. No, it's actually from cooking it. When you cook cough medicine in that type of way, it releases certain gases that you are not supposed to be inhaling. And if you inhale them, that can cause a lot of issues. And
Damn, I didn't even know that. But okay.
that's basically what happened to someone. When a 61-year-old man tried to recreate this challenge, he actually had to go to the hospital and suffered from acute respiratory distress syndrome. And for those that don't know, it basically means that your lungs just stop working. And you kind of need those to breathe. The good news was that at least a lot of kids didn't do this trend, but that cannot be said about the...
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's it for today. Alright, I've had enough of dumb TikTok trends for today. But let me know in the comments what the dumbest TikTok trend you've seen or you've done. Alright, peace out.